Alright, so let's review the last couple of days real quick. Sunday, pretty good. Monday, not so good. All-time low morale for both Noah and I. However, today is a different story. Last night we got quite a bit of rain here in North Georgia. We got slammed by a storm sometime really early in the morning last night. I was asleep, but it's pretty obvious that it came through because it's warm, it's humid, and it's wet, which means Noah and I have a perfect chance to go out and reconcile some of our irritation that built up yesterday because of the no snakes in great weather and great habitat. So I think that's a plan for the day. We're going to go down, maybe look for some Mudsnakes, and then just kind of spend the rest of the day looking for king snakes and just general diversity around here. We had a great day doing the same thing last year in really similar weather, so hopefully that will continue this year. But we are going to get breakfast. We're going to have to stop at Walmart to pick up a few essentials for the day, and then we're going to be back out in the field, so we'll see you guys then. Alright everybody, so our first spot of the day here is a beautiful section of riparian habitat, and our first snake of the day is this little Decay's brown snake. Super neat. These guys are like, we saw a lot of these here last year, so this might be a pretty common find today, but good find, flipped in this little tin stack over here of Noah's. Decay's brown snake, and over here we have my two lifer spotted salamanders. I think this is one of my first salamander lifers that I own at home, but I have one of these living in a bin at home, but not this size and not with these cool blue spots on this side. Those things are awesome. Flipped under the same stack, two of these guys under this stack. Absolutely awesome. I'm gonna take some quick photos of them because these are my first two wild spotted salamanders, which is pretty cool. An ambystoma lifer is always good news. So already, you know, we've just only been out here like 15 minutes, already got a couple of salamanders and the brown snake. Always good news there. So we are going to photograph these guys, release them, and then we are going to start looking for Mudsnakes because that is the big goal here today. Some awesome habitat. We had a really great time here last year, so hopefully we're in for it again. All right, moving along through this swampy forest, and Noah flipped another spotted salamander, about the same size as the last ones. Pretty handsome, but just going to keep moving through here. At this point, we're basically searching all of these little swampy areas back here for Mudsnakes. So that's what the rest of the day is going to look like for us. Also, Turtle Man Greg is going to be coming, so we're going to see him. That's going to be a good time. But we're just going to keep on moving through here, and we'll be right back with the next animal for the day. All right, a short way past where we were. And another salamander for the day. That is a marbled salamander, and a pretty nice looking one too. Small marbled salamander, not as big as they get, but super handsome. Great looking salamander back here. Just flipped under this log. Salamanders are actually might be what is making up the diet of the mudsnakes that live here. All right, well, no more snakes so far, but we have been seeing obscene amounts of salamanders. These are two-line salamanders that I just flipped under this log here. We've actually seen a couple of these. I just haven't filmed them yet. I think we're probably around 20 salamanders for the day at this point, so no stranger to these logs or the salamanders, but just gonna flip it back over after we move them and carefully put them back. Then we're gonna keep moving. Noah and I were over here, saw a giant pool of bubbles and mud, and then I came over here to find this big guy. This is our second common snapping turtle in 2 years at this spot.
That's an adult too.
Yeah, I know it. Definitely, you'll show that back there. He's got a few convenient notches going on. He's got one up at the top too. Yeah. Like up here by his face.
Up his whole shell.
Uh-huh.
This guy's old.
He's small for being that old too.
Small girl.
True. Impressive mouth on her. Yeah,
If this was a dude, he'd be dropping his penis out. They almost always do.
Yeah, they do. Rocky did last year, I think. But yeah, I just found him crossing that log right there. And sure enough, another awesome common snapping turtle. Nothing I love more than a good snapping turtle. Except for possibly a mudsnake. But we'll take what we can get today. It's been so slow the last few days. Super grumpy. Absolutely awesome. Those feet, everything about this thing is just so good.
Claws, dude.
Yeah, she's keeping a close eye on me. Absolutely awesome, dude. Look at her big, robust tail, too. Look at him. I want to look at your robustness, ma'am. Look at you. Oh, man, these guys are so cool. Nothing I love more than a big common snapping turtle. There are a few things, but...
Big alligator.
Yeah. How good is that, though? And we'll just take a moment, come around the back, get a good look at Bowser's tail here. Quit. He ducks it. Pretty big turtle here. Not quite. The one we saw last year was giant. He was a lot bigger than this.
Yeah.
But if you'll let me see your tail, ma'am. Watch out, Noah. I'm just trying to get a tail look. See. Cool tail on these guys. She's not gonna let me get a look, but those fin things on there are just so dope looking. That thing is so cool. Absolutely awesome. And last year when we were here, I think we saw 3 of these. No, we saw 2, because we saw a baby one at a different spot last year. But absolutely awesome, and she's not being too grumpy with us either. She's got some springtails crawling around on her shell. She's being pretty well behaved. Beautiful eyes. Just great turtles, these guys. But we're gonna take a quick moment to get some photos of this big girl, and then release her, and we're gonna keep moving. Hopefully find some snakes. Last year by this time we had seen like 20 snakes at this spot, and I don't think we're following that trend this year, but that's fine. Always happy to be seeing these guys and what snakes we are seeing. So we're gonna keep moving and hopefully run into some soon. Hello there, big lady. How are you doing? Looking nice and good, sitting here in the mud next to her creek. It's impressive to think that really the only thing that has more of a foothold over this ecosystem is an alligator snapping turtle. And I mean, and even then, she's got the same foothold. Yeah. It's just that an alligator snapping turtle can eat a smaller common snapping turtle. But this girl here, the snapping turtles out here, actually, they are pretty high up in the food chain, eating pretty much anything those jaws can get around. Awesome. Well, we're going to release her back into her muck-infested pool here and keep on our way. Get a quick release video on this big snapping turtle here. All right, see you later, kid.
Put her on the other side of her log.
Go on, man.
She's like, can I go?
And away she goes.
Disappearing into the depths.
Nothing but the best.
My guy.
Next snake of the day is a nice Midland water snake here. Noah found that and a plain-bellied water snake sitting back in these brush piles here. Been here for about 10-15 minutes. Also, Greg's here. And we're finding snakes, so that's always good. We're going to be hitting this habitat basically until the light is no longer good. So hopefully we continue to see some more snakes. These guys are a super common find here. We had like, well, we also had like 15 the last time we were here together. That was a good day, but
he's gonna bite me.
he's gonna bite you. He is biting. But yeah, we're just gonna release this grumpy guy and keep on rolling.
Moving a little bit. Is he gonna plop?
He's gonna do a plop, yeah. 3, 2, we'll leave him be. Next snake of the day, Midland water snake. Very grumpy one. Also a very, very handsome one. That thing is beautiful. That thing is just unbelievable. Super handsome water snake. We're gonna take an opportunity to photograph this guy real quick, release him back into the riffraff here by the river, and keep on moving. Alright, well, next snake of the day is a beautiful queen snake. This is our first one of the trip. We actually saw one that got away a moment ago. These things are really cool nature scenes, closely related to water snakes and garter snakes and some of the other nature scenes we have in the US. These guys are also usually pretty docile, and this one is being real grumpy with me, so always fun to watch that. A lot of personality in this snake. Just a real different snake that we don't really get to see anything quite like it anywhere back home, so super neat. We're gonna release it. I might take a few quick photos of this if it'll sit still, and then we're gonna keep moving. All right, next up, it's starting to get towards the time when we're gonna be getting out of here, but this is a 3-line salamander that Noah flipped under this like construction erosion tarp stuff over here. These guys are neat. I think we saw these guys up in far north Georgia a few years ago, but I can't quite remember. Were they longtails?
Yeah, they don't live together. They'll integrate actually.
Oh really?
Yeah,
neat.
I've never seen it, but that's what I've heard.
3-line salamander. These guys are really cool, really nice looking. I just like how much
they get huge too. This one's like half size.
Really?
Yeah, they get like 7 inches.
He's
long.
doing the jump that
their tails are twice as long as their body. Look at how long that tail is. Like that's where his tail starts.
That's awesome. He's complete too.
Whoa.
Anyways, we're gonna release this guy. They're super cool, but we're gonna go get dinner and maybe try and flip the tin at Noah's house before we crash out tonight. Anyways, guys, we wrapped up at that last spot, had dinner in perfect time to come back and try and flip some of Noah's legendary yard tin, and sure enough, another little ringneck snake, super common species for this trip, but that's yeah, it's another one. We're gonna release him, and there's a whole bunch of cover out here that we're gonna keep flipping and hopefully turn up some more snakes. Smooth earth snake and another ribbon ringneck. I mean,
I'm gonna get around and get a
neato. Dude, well, we just flipped an Eastern hog right after Noah said that he never sees things under this stack of tin. That is an Eastern Hognose snake, my first not in the state of Colorado, and my third ever. That's awesome, dude.
Dude, we just made silly noises when that happened. We
Hell
didn't
yeah.
Communicate. Oh my goodness.
Oh yes.
Well, needless to say, our day has been turned around in a big way with one piece of tin. That is so awesome.
He's being so good too. Yeah, that's a big hog. Completely black, unlike the ones that we have back home. Acting just like that first one that we did see back home. Look at that.
I don't have my camera, dude.
Yeah, I was not expecting. That is absolutely awesome, dude. I love the way their neck looks in sun when those scales are expanded like that. It goes like,
it's awesome. Yeah, there we go. There he goes.
I am invisible now. This is a pretty familiar face. There's not too many species in all of Georgia that we haven't back in Colorado, but this is one of them. I think this might be the only one actually. This is a 6-lined race runner. Pretty cool to see. I just wanted to talk about them because A, they're kind of cool here, and B, we have them back home. He's pretending to be dead. He's not dead, but he sure is pretending like it. But yeah, 6-lined race runner, finishing off the yard tin here, and then we're gonna head back to the house. All right, everybody, it's bad audio, Graham. Yeah, hey, thanks, buddy. Hey, can you not? I'm trying to wrap up. The end of day 4, Georgia. I'm just trying to wrap up, and this guy won't shut up.
He's talking to us.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I don't mean if I hurt. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah.
Awesome.
It's the end of day 4 in Georgia. We are wrapping up here with a good pond walk before we go to bed tonight. This is a cool spring peeper that we found. We're gonna wrap this up here soon. This is really all we've seen that I didn't lose. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, go in, get ready for tomorrow, and we'll see you guys in the next video.